Hey guys, Derek here, and I got myself some chicks, and I thought that would be a great opportunity to make a video series showing the stages of growth from a 1 day old chick all the way up until 6 weeks when they're fully feathered and ready to go into the coop. So first, I'm going to start off by showing you the setup that I got. I have a brooder box here with a heat source, being that heat lamp right there, because you need to keep the box at a specific temperature. And to start with, it needs to be about 95 degrees, which, as you can see, it is for the first week. And then every week after that, you drop it by 5 degrees. So as you can see, the chickens are in there, and they're pecking at the cardboard divider, which I don't understand why they do that, but hey, they're chickens. So I've got a food source, as you can see. I've got water, and then I've got chicken grit over there. That is a little temperature gauge, which allows me to make sure that the temperature is the right temperature for them. And yeah, another thing that I do is to prevent coccidiosis, I introduce a preventative dose of Corid. So what that does is, well, I just said what it does. It prevents coccidiosis, which you don't want to have to deal with. Because if you do and they're already sick, you're most likely going to have lost a bird or two, and you don't want to have to deal with that. So because I've got a large brooder, I've got a secondary area here that when I need to clean this area here, I can put them into this area here, making the cleaning over here much smoother and much easier, especially when they start to get bigger. So, and then, as you can see, this guy right here, sometimes they do this to where you think they might be dead, but obviously they're not. So this is day one of raising chicks, and I'm going to do a video every single day. So about a minute long video each day that will be me showing you the chicks, hopefully all of them, because I mean they are chicks, sometimes they die, but hopefully not. And then yeah, basically I'll go over what I've done for that day and pretty much it. So you will get to see the stages and the progression of growth of these chicks as I raise them over the next 6 weeks. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow in the next one. Hey guys, so it's day 2 of raising chicks, and for the second day, all I've done is I've changed their water. I've given them fresh water. Check the temperature too, just to make sure. We're sitting at 95 degrees, which is good. It was 93 degrees this morning when I came out, but it was also 48 degrees in the morning, so it was pretty cool. The rest of the week, though, it's supposed to get into the 50s, so we should be good for temperature-wise. As you can see, they're happy. They're running around. There's no issues with the temperature here. But yeah, let me get you a close-up of them, and that way we can every day we'll get a close-up of the chicks. But look, here we go. Yeah, they're good. So we'll be back tomorrow to see how they're doing. So see you then. Hey guys, day 3 of raising chicks. So today, what I did is I freshened the water, so got them some new water, and I added food to their food dish. They're not eating all the food, as I'll show you in a minute. They are just messy, and they get it all over the ground, and they don't eat it once it's on the ground. So you go through quite a bit of feed in the beginning stages of raising chicks. So this first week is probably the easiest, usually, minus the pasty butt that you sometimes run into. But yeah, they're cleaner at this stage. And I do, throughout the day, I do take their water, the container, and I'll lift it up, I'll take it out, and I'll dump some of the straw and stuff that they do manage to get in there out of there, so it kind of freshens the water again. But yeah, so let's do a quick close-up of the chicks. Oh, and it's 93 degrees underneath that heat lamp right now. So, but as you can see, they're warm. But like I said, this is all their food that they just knock out of the container, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So, but they still have chicken grit, so I haven't had to give them any more of that. But yeah, It was 44 degrees this morning, and when I came out here, I had the what do you call it? The heat lamp closer, and it was about 100 degrees in there, so I had to bring it back up to decrease the temperature. But anyways, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Day 4 of raising chicks. So today it is about 47 degrees outside, and you can see it's 64 degrees inside of the garage here, but it is still a nice warm 95 degrees for the chicks inside of the brooder. And today all I've done is once again just change their water, added a little food to their dish, and this time I gave them a little more chicken grit because their chicken grit was gone. And as you can see, they're eating and running around and pecking the walls, and you know, at this age they're kind of like window lickers, because they're either running around like they're high on methamphetamines or they are pecking the walls for some ungodly reason. I mean, I don't understand it. See, you can see that one right there was going for the wall. But they're cute and they're easy to deal with right now, and you can see they're drinking water, running around, and enjoying life. So, you know, it's this first week to 2 weeks when it's easy to deal with them. And as you can see, or hear, there they are, pecking the wall. I'm telling you, these things are wild at this age. So I don't know if they're trying to like peck an escape route or something or what, but anyways, this video is getting a little too long. So I will see you tomorrow on day 5. Hey everyone, it is day 5 of raising chicks, and they're still pecking the wall. Like I said, they're weird. They're fucking strange. But anyways, so for today, I changed out their water. I added some food. The chicken grit is fine at this point. There's still enough in there. The temperature is a balmy 95 degrees. And these meth heads are sitting underneath the light right now. So I just wanted to quick explain why we use chicken grit. For those people who don't know, I didn't know when I first, started raising chicks. I just knew that I had to provide them the chicken grit. So chickens don't have teeth, as everybody's well aware of, right? So a lot of times they are swallowing big chunks of food, and when they do that, they need to somehow digest that food. So the chicken grit is used to digest the food. So what happens is they digest, or they swallow the chicken grit along with their food, and the chicken grit becomes like teeth. So in their stomach, also known as the gizzard, these chunks of grit build up and they become like teeth, and they crush up the food that they basically swallow. So it just helps with the digestion process, is the short way of saying it. But yeah, let's get a close up of these little girls. They were running around earlier, but it is kind of chilly in here still. So, but yeah, anyways, here they are. So we'll see you tomorrow for day 6. All right, so it's day 6 of raising chicks. And so far today, all I've done again is just changed out their water. I got them their new feed has arrived, which I'll show you in a minute. So I got their feed in there. Their chicken grit, the chicken grit was fine, so just had to pull some of the feed out of the chicken grit so that they could, get to it. That's pretty much it. And they're back at it, bebopping around, sitting there pecking the wall again. But anyways, it is 93 degrees in there, and it's 70 degrees in the garage. This morning it was much warmer. It was in the 50s, so I think we're gonna have warmer weather coming up here now. So anyways, just wanted to show you the feed that I'm giving them now. So I get this mile 4 organic chicken feed, chick feed, and it's mashed. Which, what I like about it is, you can see here, is it is much finer. So that issue that I was talking about with the chicken grit, right, is you can see some of this, I don't know if you really can tell, but the crumble stuff that I was giving them before would be very hard on their digestion without that chicken grit. This stuff, they could probably actually digest it on their own, just because it's so finely mashed. So anyways, take a look at the girls hiding in the corner. But yeah, that's about it. So I will see you tomorrow for day 7. Hey everyone, it is day 7 of raising chicks. And today I didn't even have to change out the food because of the mile 4 food that I've been feeding them. It's mashed up so fine that they aren't spreading it all over the brooder, which is great. Right now we're sitting at 96 degrees, which is a little warm. So I'll be probably moving the light up soon here. I changed out their water as I do every day, and I gave them new chicken grit this time because they had pretty much either knocked it out of the little, really what that is just a cap to a half-gallon ball jar, but either knocked it out of that or they've eaten it. So we're good there. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much coming up on the end of week 1, and we'll be starting week 2. So what I'll be doing is posting this as the first video, so you guys can get an idea of the first week. And thus far, there's been no pasty butt. No pasty butt, which is great. However, I kind of wanted pasty butt so I could show you what that looks like and then explain what I do to take care of it. And normally, if you don't deal with it within the first 2 weeks, you don't deal with it at all. So, I mean, I kind of hope I don't have to deal with it because I don't like dealing with pasty butt. But as an educational, as education, it would be nice to have it so I could kind of show you and explain. And if anything, I'll just explain what I do if we're at the end of 2 weeks and there has been no pasty butt. So, anyways, I hope you are all having a great day, and I will see you tomorrow for day 8 and the start of week 2.